Forecast first, sponsored by Natax Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, tonight, definitely the calm before the storm. Take a look at the sun setting out there on the Roofing Dog iNet. Flooring America camera in Danville looks great. The changes are on the way. Take a look here. Temperatures are running into the low 30s right now, right at the freezing mark. And now we're waiting for our next storm system to arrive, which really isn't even showing up here. No precipitation. You can just barely see it as it comes across the Rockies, and will tap into that Gulf moisture and bring us what looks to be kind of a mess for tomorrow. Tonight, though, no issues. You can get out there and enjoy this evening, but look what happens as we head into tomorrow afternoon and evening. A lot of precipitation coming our way. We'll talk more about amounts and timing when we come back. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
The city of Urbana is working on a way to end structural racism. The changes that will be considered next week. Also tonight, another county is dealing with a string of break-ins. What police say the thieves have been taking. And 2 people lost their home and a pet to a house fire. What fire officials are saying about what happened.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 5.
It's a question of do you want to keep rearranging the furniture in your house, or do you want to remodel the house?
Many feel it's time to do some remodeling, but in terms of city policy. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Council members in Urbana are considering a new resolution. It's focused on ending structural racism. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is live in our newsroom. All right, Courtney, tell us about all of this. What does it say?
Well, Jennifer, it doesn't have specific policies in it, but it creates what they consider a framework or a lens for the city's future. This is a new basis for all of the city's policies and decisions going forward. It was introduced by City Council member Sharice Hersey. She says she thought of writing something this past summer, and she saw all the unrest and thought something real needed to change. City leaders say it's important that the whole community knows their leaders are committed to combating racism.
Well, obviously it's long past due, but I think last summer was, for many people, was the last straw, you know, the awakening. And really it's time that we just deal with this and face it.
Marlon says the city is getting ready to start Imagine Urbana. That's rewriting their comprehensive plan. The one that exists now is 20 years old. So this plan is a vision of what they want their community to look like and feel. And she says this resolution will have a big impact on that plan. City council members will vote on the resolution at their next meeting. Marlon says she is confident, though, that it will pass because of the support it's received from other city council members. Live in the newsroom, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Courtney, thank you so much. City leaders, along with people at the Urbana Free Library, helped write the resolution. The alderman who introduced it says she hopes it'll be a guide for making the city inclusive instead of just saying that it is. A Springfield man was arrested. Police say he shot at them. Officers were called to West El Dorado near North Dunham in Decatur. They learned a car had been taken by a man who they say, quote, was acting erratically. They found it near Cerro Gordo and Van Dyke and responded to an attempted break-in nearby. They heard several gunshots. When they got there and found 47-year-old Gregory Lewis at the back of the house, police confronted him and identified themselves. They say Lewis then fired several shots at them. One officer returned fire. They say Lewis then complied and was arrested. No one was hurt. People in Macon County say they've had valuable items taken from their property, and they want everybody to be on the lookout. WCIA 3's Jamie Mays is with us. So Jamie, tell us what was taken.
Jennifer, there have been reports from the northern parts of the county about tools being stolen. Recently, someone from Maroa contacted the Macon County Farm Bureau to let them know his machine shed had been broken into. They broke a window, got inside, and took tools and other sentimental family objects. He said there were others who had break-ins too. The Farm Bureau said they wanted to get the word out to the rural community.
We just wanted to get that word out to make sure that everybody's, keeping an eye on their neighbors and watching what's going on around them, and make sure they're not a victim either.
He's encouraging people to make sure your homes and sheds are locked up at night. Turn your security system on if you have one. And they're hoping if people know this is happening, they can catch the person doing it. Back to you, Jennifer.
All right, Jamie, thank you. An Oakwood dog breeder was in court this morning. We told you about them last month. Vermilion County Animal Control says they took almost 80 dogs from them. Many of them had serious health problems. Vermilion County is asking anyone who may have bought a dog from that breeder to contact them. We reached out about what charges the breeder's facing, but we are still waiting to hear back. Do you recognize this man? Springfield police say he bought more than $900 in gift cards using a cloned credit card at the county market on West Monroe. If you know who he is, call Springfield Police or Crime Stoppers. A family's dog has died and a cat is missing after a house fire. It happened today just outside of Charleston at 6150 North and 1400 East. The two people inside the house made it out safely. Firefighters from more than 4 different stations showed up to help. It took them about an hour to put the fire out, but there is a lot of damage.
The home was heavily damaged with smoke and heat, and they'll have to wait for the insurance companies to come in and decide whether it's fixable or whether it's a total loss.
The fire started in the basement and moved up the walls. It burned to everything on that level of the house. County health departments across central Illinois are saying so far so good on the vaccination plan, but one very vulnerable population is getting left behind. WCIA 3's Cole Henke live in our Capitol newsroom. So Cole, how long have some of them been waiting?
Well, Jennifer, the vaccine has been in Illinois for around 6 weeks now, and there are still long-term care facilities around the state that haven't even seen a single dose of it. The federal agreement with Walgreens and CVS to administer doses to those long-term care facilities is vaccinating people at a much slower rate than the rest of the state's plan. Other states also struggled with the pharmacy's plan, and it's even led to some of them backing out and taking doses back from those pharmacies and administering them themselves. Republicans like Senator Chapin Rose would like to see Illinois do the same thing, but the governor is choosing instead to supplement the federal program with CVS and Walgreens. He says that this new plan will have all of those long-term care facilities get their first doses by February 14th.
I don't really care. Pritzker, Walgreens, CVS, whatever, just fix it, right? Bring the National Guard. I mean, send the National Guard down here to get it done.
Numbers from the Illinois Department of Public Health show that nearly 500,000 doses of the vaccine have been allocated to CVS and Walgreens to give to long-term care patients, and less than 200,000 of those doses have actually been administered. Now, while long-term care facilities are waiting at least another week for their first doses of their vaccines, the rest of the county health public vaccination plans are still moving along just fine. Later on tonight at 6, we're going to talk with some of them and just see exactly how well this program is moving so far. Jennifer.
Got to get those shots in those arms. All right, Cole, thank you so much. Now, here's a quick look at today's COVID numbers statewide. The state reporting more than 4,100 new cases. 71 more people have died. The positivity rate continues to drop. It is now at 5.4%. The Champaign-Urbana Public Health District is now offering vaccinations to in-person staff of Champaign County schools and daycares. That includes approved early childhood and licensed daycares and employees of all public, private, and parochial schools. Those with underlying health conditions will get to go first. There will be several locations to get the shot the week of February 1st. We have those, plus registration information on our website. Just go to WCIA.com. Students are collecting plastic caps and lids so they can be turned into something everyone in the community can use, where you'll see those efforts come to life. Plus, Champaign County's Restaurant Week started, how you can support businesses in a safe way.